Alright, so this is just going to be a quick video kind of explaining how you assemble what I've dubbed the free shot, and then kind of what the intended purpose of it is. So we'll just get right into it. For the assembly, pretty straightforward. For the spool, you'll just get your line, whatever your chosen line is, spool it up, easy as that. You have two little keepers there. This is the drill attachment. It's pretty straightforward as well. You just have a M6 bolt or an M5 bolt, I have to go back and look, that you just stick through there, cinch that down, you attach it to the drill chuck, and then you just seat that in there, and then you're able to drill that, or use the drill to wind that back up. Alright, for putting the pouch on, you take your retaining ring and wrap the lip of the pouch. If I can do this here, there we go. Put that lip just right inside that little groove. Or sorry, there you go. Right inside that little groove. Then there's kind of two ways you can do this. I think this is kind of my preferred way. Is you just take this, or take the back of it, pull. You'll see that it'll start to put some of it in, or pull some of it in. And I just kind of gently guide the rest of it into there, because you want it to be a pretty tight fit. You just want to be careful that you don't rip the latex. Alright, so that's kind of how you want it to seat. You want that to be fairly flush. And then you'll take your spool. You'll see how there's little grooves inside of there. Hopefully you can see inside. One thing I'll note is this little groove right here, you may have to cut away at. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Yeah, so inside of here, that groove right here is where that's how it latches on. So you'll want that to be kind of hard to put in, but not so hard that you can't, not so loose that it'll just fall out. So you push the spool on, and then twist. You'll hear it click, and then you're in. Alright, so depending on when you're looking at this, I may or may not have released this. This is just a little extension that will go onto the front of here. Now this is a little broken right now because, well, it's the first iteration of this, so it's not quite there yet. But when you're using this, there we go. When you're using this longer pouch, you'll run into an issue where this will come completely out the front. If I can get it to go now. It'll go all the way out. Then this line will start to wrap around this when you launch it, and then it will just fail to deploy, right? So that's what this is here for. I think I'm going to stick with these being two separate pieces, the spool and then this adapter. All you have to do is take a bit of super glue and just glue it onto the face. Super simple. Obviously, this hasn't worked. This is the first iteration. There used to be another post over here. It broke off with next to no force. I think I broke it while I was launching a line. So I think I'm going to move maybe in a heat insert and then a screw. I think is going to be the best, most reliable fix for like a post. I think that covers everything. The general use of it, which I'll go over in this next video here. You just attach this ball weight to it, to the line. While I'm on this, I don't recommend these eyelet versions. I actually had one of these tear because as it was leaving, this caught on the latex. I think what I'm going to do is remove these and just drill a hole all the way through. That way there's nothing kind of jagged to catch on the latex. But You'll unhook it from your little catch, drop it in, ensure that none of the line has wrapped around the backside, and then you just kind of pull it back and then out the front. I've been able to get around 50 feet with the smaller bag. I haven't done a max height test to kind of really see what it is. It's also guesstimating because I don't know the height of these trees. I suspect with this version, you can get much closer to 100 feet. This reel can seat about 100, or sorry, not 100, approximately 300 feet of this specific filament, which is 80-pound test braided line. I do like this specific thickness. I don't think I would recommend a thin line. I think it will have some issues catching within itself on the spool. A quick operational video on how to use this. So you have the weight attached to the line. Line goes into here. Then you pull back. And there it goes.